Welcome everyone to the Goddess Temple. My name is Chris, and what I want you guys to do for today is come in, join me here, really settle into your body, take a deep breath in. And of course, if you are operating any sharp tool, just be a little bit more cautious. Or if you're driving, um, of course, just close your eyes when you can, and if you feel called to. And I want you to drop into your body, just to notice. And as you keep noticing yourself, noticing your body, noticing the way you feel, take in a deep breath and then let that out. And allow yourself to settle in, to notice the way that you feel, to the way that you're listening to your thoughts, to the way that you're wanting to speak, wanting to move, and just listen. I want you to listen to what is the thing in your life that you've been wanting to do for the longest time. And when I say you've been wanting to do it, I mean you've been craving to do it. You don't even know how it looks. You don't know how you would feel if you would succeed in it. If people around you would accept it, if people around you would, happily join you on the journey, encourage you, help you out, support you in your endeavor and your growth. What is it? Is that what you're needing right now? Is it the support that you need right now to make this dream and this wish come true? Now, if you're seeing this, if you're listening to this, now is the time. It's the time to truly tap in, to listen, to be guided, to move, to act. But it's not only that. Listen to when your body freaks out, when it wants to throw a tantrum, when it just feels blocked and stuck, and you're frustrated. You're frustrated that you can't get it right. That what you thought you were doing was right, but it's not. You're moving through these emotions, these stories, and you're realizing that it's time for you to listen, for you to slow down, for you to listen to the one message that is being told to you and to practice it. Now you can ask every day, every morning, what is my mission for the day? What is the thing that I can do that is of the highest for myself today? What is the thing that I can do that is of the highest alignment to this vision, this goal, this desire that I hold? What is in highest alignment to my soul, mind, and body? What can I do today that'll bring me one step closer to that dream? Slow down and listen. You may or may not get the answer. You may be getting the same answer again. Whatever the case is, whatever the story is, let yourself experience it. Practice it. See what comes up. If it's frustration, discomfort that you feel, then that's what it is. If it's frustration, go out, scream, jump up and down, bang on a drum, And then come back and try it again. You get frustrated again? Okay, go do it again. There's even this meditation that I listen to from time to time. Well, it's actually been quite a bit of time since I've listened to it last, but it's called Feeding Your Demons. And I think it was around the 10th century. I might be wrong. I probably am. Um, it was a monk, and she had created this meditation, and she continued to practice it. And it's this meditation that's being retaught again. And the thing is, what I love about this meditation is even in the most intense emotions where you don't know what to do with yourself, especially with something like rage, you're not disregarding and transcending the emotion, the experience, but you're integrating it in. There's a book on the meditation, and it breaks down all of these concepts and the whole workings of the potency of the meditation and how it guides you and how to use it effectively in the way that it makes the most sense for you. And it's the one meditation that I recommend, guided meditation I always recommend, just because of how potent it is and how complete in nature that it is. It doesn't bypass your emotions, it doesn't bypass your experience. It honors all aspects of yourself. In this one meditation, you are being honored. Nothing about you is being pushed aside and disregarded, but you are being revered and held with such love. And all of this is happening within you. And you are learning how to hold yourself with love. You're learning how to hold yourself in polarity and duality, even in the space of a split, when you're splitting yourself, and you don't know which way to go, and you're conflicting. You are learning about yourself. And that's what I love about this meditation. So I do recommend you guys, and if you experience an intensity of emotion, especially with rage and anger, grief even, doing this practice alongside other practices in your life, it holds quite a bit of a potent way of transforming yourself. You're not becoming new when you transform yourself. You're learning more about how to be in alignment with yourself, how to hold these polarizing concepts and ideas of even about yourself that you have. The emotions that you have judged people on, you're starting to find them inside of you too, and you're questioning how to deal with it, how to move with it. You're learning how to hold this part of you, to not condemn it, but to truly navigate through and with peace and honor. You're devoting yourself to your transformation, to your becoming, to your knowing. To operate from this place of gnosis is quite magnificent and potent and transformative. The interesting thing about operating from this place of gnosis is that it has nothing to do with you thinking what you should be doing, but to operate from gnosis means to surrender. To surrender means for you to show up in integrity, and that means holding all the parts of you that you love, that you hate, that you find ugly, that you did not even know you had. Everything comes together in this place of surrender. You surrender with everything. You don't pick and choose one over the other. You surrender with everything. It's when you surrender in this manner that you are transformed. You are transformed into who? More of you. It becomes important and vital for you to be transformed into more of you, into more of your expression, being, becoming, aliveness. This is it. You're finally listening to who you are. And it's not enough that you only listen to who you are. You're starting to understand that for you to be who you are, you must also act as you. You're not leaving any part of you behind, disowning any part of you, disowning any part of your past. You have moved through all of the emotions, all of the discomforts, all of the judgments, all of the what ifs. What if you get disowned? What if you get put out? What if the people that you love the most leave you? What if you don't actually complete and do the thing that you said that you were going to do? You begin to feel all of the what ifs and you honor yourself and you surrender. You surrender more into you. I'm just looking at this interaction that's happening. Someone's in a car and the other person's on a street, and the person outside of the car is talking to the one inside, and seems like he's asking for some trouble, but it's just a little bit strange, and I just don't know what's happening. Just seems a bit odd, a little bit alarming, if you will. And what I find fascinating with that is a lot of the times when we even talk to the people that we love or just even strangers, we don't know what we don't know. We don't know how someone may react and how impulsive some people can be, and the way that they remedy their discomforts and their stories, the way that they justify their behaviors and their actions. It can be frightening. And it's that very same fear that you have trouble listening to even what's inside of you, to what your own emotions and stories are. You're afraid that you may even be hurting the people that you love the most. And you're wondering why and if someone will continue to be with you, to what degree that you can push a boundary, like what is your boundary? To what degree are you able to hit an edge? Okay, my mind is going a little bit off, but I'm gonna try to bring this back down and ground it a little bit. To what degree are you listening to the way that you feel? To what degree are you operating from integrity? To what degree are you hearing the emotions that are moving through you? To what degree do you have the capacity to listen, to honor, to meet yourself, especially in a place of this fragile state? Who has the capacity to be with you and around you when you are at your most fragile state? And they're there not because out of obligation. They're there because, one, they would like to be there, and two, they're holding space for you without any judgment, without wondering when and how and will you heal and change and transform. They're not anticipating for your healing to happen right now, but they're there along the journey with you. And you're asking that, and you're wondering. This is where it becomes interesting because you're starting to understand where your own boundaries are, what your limits are, and how to move through it in the best way possible for you, and how people around you can support you. What is the type of support, the ears, the environment that would facilitate this transition, this understanding of an experience, a desire, of something that had happened that you're trying your best to make sense of. You're finally listening to it. You're finally slowing down. You're removing a lot of the limitations, the stories, the I have to understand this, that holds that boundary that you have had on it. You're noticing how restrictive that boundary has been. You're learning to free it. You're learning to loosen that grip. And you're also realizing that it isn't only your boundary and your limitation, but it's also something that you had probably picked up from someone else and interpreted as your perception. And you're learning to dismantle these little places, dismantle these little nuances. The interpretation that you have had around one person is different than the interpretation that they have of that person. You're learning to coexist in this duality, in this polarity. You're learning how to create even in this place of polarity. That it's okay for you to still be rooted and for you to still co-create. You are building and acquiring the strength and the capacity for creating and transforming into something new. This practice extends to the way that you feel within your body, to the way that you interpret and understand your emotions, and you're finally understanding yourself. I want you to take a deep breath in and let that out. Come back into your body. Rub your fingertips together. And if you were closing your eyes, to open them. And just become aware of your surroundings. Notice your life. Notice everything that you kind of put aside for this time. To come back into it. To allow it to come back in. It's okay for you to feel the way that you're feeling. For you to honor yourself in this way. You're a lot more valuable than you think. You're a lot more potent than you think. You're alive in ways that, sorry about that. You're alive in ways that you didn't know that was possible. I really hope that there was something in this message that resonated with you, that touched on an experience that you've been going through, a story that you've been reliving, and how to move about it. Maybe you did get more clarity, but then also maybe it just was the comfort that you needed and the hope that you were looking for so you can continue to learn more about yourself. I truly wish you guys all the best, and I will speak to you soon.